What are the most cowardly things a person can do? Let another person take the blame and punishment for something they did. When I was about 7, someone cut the whiskers off the cat. Being the youngest, my parents blamed it on me. I pleaded my innocence, but got the strap and the rest of the day in solitary confinement. My older sister's conscience intervened and she admitted to the evil deed. She got praised for her honesty. No punishment, and I received no apology. My dysfunctional family put their own child in danger to protect themselves. Ah yes, a parent that uses her child as a human shield. My uncle was a massive drug addict when my brother and I were small children. He came to our home and stole some things. He wouldn't leave and my mom pulled a gun on him. My uncle snatched up my older brother and puts him between my mom with the gun and himself. Push the blame onto others when it's clearly your own fault. I used to do this a lot. Now that I look back, I can see how annoying I was as a kid. Trump, also known as projection. Allow your children to be abused, molested. Edit. Thanks for the platinum. It's the worst when an entire family lets it happen. Parents keeping their kids in the dark about sex, birth control, STDs, grooming by pedophiles, etc. And when they ultimately end up pregnant, infected, raped, being sure to call them stupid. Refusing to acknowledge that you made a mistake and making excuses instead of being better. We're human. We're flawed, all of us. Not admitting the wrong thing they did even if they know it to themselves. I kinda felt this cause an ex-friend of mine is like this and it's the most frustrating thing to me. Knowing he knows he's wrong but he's too much of an to actually confront his problems. Trap someone in a relationship because they don't want to be alone. At least this is Reddit. I used to have a friend who did something similar. Instead of trapping someone, they would start a relationship with someone else a week or two after. The old one ended because they didn't want to be alone. Didn't matter if the old relationship was 1 month, 6 months, or over a year. They would all implode eventually, of course. Running away from the honorable sword fight we were about to have. You came with a claymore. What else was I supposed to do? My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. It wasn't honorable and it wasn't a sword fight. You just walked into Applebee's drunk off your and started whacking people with a novelty Star Wars ice scraper. When a friend is being harassed or bullied in front of you and you just stand there and say, I don't want to get involved, even though later on you agree that your friend was completely the victim in the situation. Defend your friends, please. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. MLK. Lie. To get someone else into trouble. That one time my porn didn't finish printing on the family computer and the next time Mom used it, the final prints came out and I blamed it on my sister BC. She was always using LimeWire and they believed me. Steal from an elderly person. Like stealing lollipop from a baby. Except, you stole a hard candy and the baby is always sleepy and has white silver hair and a wrinkly face. Promise free tuition to kids. Then when they're about to graduate high school, give them laptop batteries instead. I came here today because I promised you tuition. And tuition is very valuable. But you know what's invaluable? It's intuition. Know what that is? That is the ability to know when something is about to happen. Does anybody out there have intuition? Know what's gonna happen next? Hold up there, lithium. Michael Scott. Bully a weaker person to show their strength. Or just bullying in general? Bowling over women and children while fleeing a child's b-day party after seeing a little smoke in. Thinking it's a fire. How do you live with yourself? Are oddly specific. George. Being a bully, especially if you hold authority over them. Most of them will never have the balls to bully someone who can fight back, and those who do only have those balls because they're too stupid and narcissistic to account for getting their teeth kicked in. Refuse to accept that they lost an argument and keep making it worse. If I have an argument with some dumbass, I would argue shortly and ignore that son of a b, and show you guys if I'm right or wrong. Sounds like my sister. She tried to compare an Intel i3 laptop to an i7 MacBook and say, MacBooks last longer because it's upgradable. It's not. You cannot upgrade MacBooks except for storage and RAM. Act like a big shot with a waiter to try to impress someone. Anyone they feel like it's below them really. Punching down is cowardly enough. Even worse than it's for no reason other than seeming like big S. Ban someone from a sub-mod because someone pointed us across Reddit. Cough. You, Jason Taken. Cough. IDK who, but I support you. Yeah, F that guy. I want an explanation. Cheat on their partner. Falling out of love. Wanting out of the relationship is fine. It happens. But cheating is one of the lowest things someone can do that's legal in my opinion. I'll one-up you there. Cheating plus gaslighting. It's bad enough to cheat, but then covering up by lying and making the other person feel like they're crazy. It's the lowest of the low. Use people's weaknesses to manipulate them. I lose respect for such people in an instant. Unless you're playing a game or something, then in that case get wrecked. Lost my trust in adults as a teen. BC this. Wherever I'd admit weakness and ask for help from school teachers and admins, it would come back to bite me. They'd tell my parents, other teachers, club leaders. Yeah, like my grades problem was a lack of pressure from random other teachers.